Now, before you get too excited about a revolutionary redesign, let's be realistic here. We're talking about a specification upgrade rather than a complete overhaul of the device's form factor. Think of it as Apple's typical approach. Same exterior, supercharged interior. Let's break down what this means for everyday users, especially those who might be new to the world of spatial computing. From M2 to M5. Why this jump matters more than you think currently. The Apple Vision Pro operates using an M2 chip, working alongside a specialized R1 processor. This combination handles all the complex calculations needed for spatial computing, essentially allowing the device to understand your environment and overlay digital content seamlessly into your real world. While this setup performs adequately for basic tasks, it's starting to show its age. To put this in perspective, we've witnessed remarkable advances in Apple's chip technology since the M2's introduction. The newer M4 MacBook Air, for instance, can effortlessly run demanding games like Cyberpunk 2077, something that would have seemed impossible just a few years ago. So why should Apple's most expensive consumer device be stuck with older technology? The M5 processor promises to deliver significantly enhanced performance across multiple areas that directly impact user experience. For beginners wondering what this means in practical terms, imagine having multiple virtual screens floating around you, while simultaneously running complex applications, video calls, and entertainment content, all without the frustrating slowdowns that occasionally plague the current model. But here's the part most people miss. This isn't just about raw processing power. Gaming, the unexpected game changer. Here's where things get controversial, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this. Could Apple actually be positioning the Vision Pro 2 as a serious gaming platform? The upgraded GPU with hardware-accelerated ray tracing capabilities could potentially bring AAA gaming experiences to the headset. Interestingly, Apple has already shown support for Sony's PSVR 2 Sense controllers, which suggests they're serious about gaming integration. This raises a fascinating question. Is Apple preparing to directly challenge established VR gaming platforms like the Meta Quest series? The Meta Quest 3S currently dominates the market as the best all-around VR headset, offering excellent gaming experiences at a fraction of the Vision Pro's cost. But what if Apple's approach focuses on premium gaming experiences that justify the premium price point? Multitasking, where the real magic happens. For productivity enthusiasts and professionals, the most immediately noticeable improvement will likely be in multitasking capabilities. Current Vision Pro users occasionally experience performance hiccups when running multiple applications simultaneously. Imagine having several virtual monitors displaying different work projects while participating in a video conference and browsing reference materials. The M5's enhanced processing power should eliminate these bottlenecks entirely, creating a truly seamless spatial computing experience. So those unfamiliar with spatial computing, think of it as having an unlimited number of computer screens that can be positioned anywhere around you in three-dimensional space. The elephant in the room, that $3,500 price tag. Now, let's address the controversial aspect that everyone's thinking about, but few are discussing openly. Even with all these exciting upgrades, we're still looking at a device that costs as much as a decent used car. The question remains, can any specification bump justify this premium pricing? Here's my honest take, and I'm genuinely interested in hearing whether you agree or disagree. The Vision Pro's biggest challenge isn't technical, it's accessibility. While the M5 upgrade will undoubtedly create a more compelling product for those who can afford it, it doesn't solve the fundamental issue of mainstream adoption. The smart glasses connection nobody's talking about. But here's where it gets really interesting. And this is the part that could spark some heated debates. The upcoming Vision OS 26 update is reportedly so sophisticated that it would work brilliantly on a pair of smart glasses, devices that could potentially offer much of the Vision Pro's functionality in a more socially acceptable and affordable form factor. This raises some thought-provoking questions. Is Apple using the Vision Pro as an expensive testing ground for technology that will eventually make its way into more accessible devices? Are early Vision Pro adopters essentially paying premium prices to beta test features for future smart glasses? Timing and market strategy, Apple's long game? Rumors suggest that a more affordable Vision model might arrive around 2028, which creates an interesting strategic puzzle. If Apple releases a significantly improved Vision Pro 2 in late 2025 or early 2026, followed by a budget-friendly alternative in 2028, they could effectively capture both the premium and mainstream markets. But here's the controversial question. Is this timeline realistic, or is Apple once again overpromising and potentially under-delivering on revolutionary technology? The verdict: excitement tempered by reality. After 2 years of relative silence around the Vision Pro, seeing concrete evidence of meaningful upgrades is genuinely exciting. The combination of M5 processing power with the specialized spatial computing chip should create a remarkably smooth and responsive experience that addresses many of the current model's limitations. However, and this is where I'd love to hear your perspective, will these improvements be enough to transform the Vision Pro from a niche luxury item into a must-have device for professionals and enthusiasts? Personally, I believe the real revolution will come with smart glasses that incorporate this refined technology in a more wearable form factor. The Vision Pro 2 might serve as the bridge between today's bulky headsets and tomorrow's sleek, everyday wearables. What do you think? Are you excited about the potential Vision Pro 2 upgrade? Or do you believe Apple should focus on making this technology more accessible before adding more premium features? And here's the big question that could spark some debate. At what price point would you consider the Vision Pro 2 a worthwhile investment? The spatial computing revolution is far from over, and Apple's next move could determine whether they lead this transformation or watch competitors like Meta capture the mainstream market while they cater to the luxury segment. Share your thoughts. I'm genuinely curious whether you see this as Apple's redemption arc or just another expensive iteration of technology that's still searching for its true purpose in our daily lives.